Next up on the call is head coach Doug Williams from Grambling State. Coach Williams, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Doing good. Can't complain. Well, I can't complain, but I won't.
Okay. The Tigers were on the short end of a 31-14 game at the State Fair Classic this weekend to Prairie View. Looking to rebound this week at Mississippi Valley. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff down in Itta Bena. Coach, your reflections on the past weekend and your upcoming game against Valley.
Yeah, we've been trying to rebound for about 6 weeks and just haven't been able to do it. I thought early in the football game we went out and did what we would like to do, was be able to control the game. But, we was behind from the opening kickoff, so we had to come behind. Once you got the trail from the opening kickoff, it puts you in a tough situation. But we responded, came back well, and eventually took the lead 14-10. Fourth down situation, we was unable to capitalize on it, but we felt at least that they had to drive the length of the field, which they did. If we had got off the field at that particular time, it would have been a good situation for us. But it didn't work. Prairie View played a good football game and came up on the right side of it.
All right, and you're traveling down to Itta Bena, Mississippi this week to take on Mississippi Valley.
Yeah, it's not a good situation to be going into. Valley coming off of shellacking from Alabama A&M, and they hungry. They realize that everybody else has feasted on us, so I'm sure they feel the same way. They got an opportunity to come, especially with us traveling to them, but we got to just find a way to get out this funk that we're in.
All right, questions for Coach Doug Williams from Grambling State. Questions for Coach Williams?
Hey, Coach, it's Mike McCall from the Baton Rouge Advocate. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good. At the beginning of the season, I know you were kind of hesitant to buy into a lot of the hype and the preseason ratings and everything, but did you think there's any way that you'd be sitting here where you guys are at this point?
No, I didn't buy into the picking to win it all, but I didn't feel like I'd be where I am today. Now, no, that part is true. I thought we'd be further along than where we are, but I did know what we was up against as far as the young guys and trying to get them to play the way we would like for them to play. I'm surprised to be sitting here 0-5, but not surprised not to be, leading the conference on the west side.
And is the main factor that youth, or what do you think has gone wrong?
Mike, if I can go through everything, it'll be a matter of making excuses. I think the bottom line here, we as coaches just got to find a way to put these guys in the right position. We probably hadn't done that as well as we would like to. And at the same time, we all know they got to respond to where we put them. And I think that we just got to keep doing what we're doing, plugging away, and put the right people in the right place.
And I know this is your favorite question to get on these teleconferences, but
DJ Williams still the quarterback.
You beat me to it.
Might as well. Now look, everybody in the stands figured there should be a change, but you know what? You don't change quarterback for the sake of changing. If the quarterback the problem, you make the change. But at the end of the day, I don't think either quarterback, whether Frank, whether or not is John Williams, either one of those is not going to make the other guys is in position, because none of those guys miss tackles. When you can take the ball and drive down from one end to the other and make a TD and put you behind. You remember when at one time we were leading 14-10, nobody talked about the quarterback. But when you're behind, everybody blames the quarterback. But that's just a theory, and I think DJ, Frank, all of them realize as a quarterback you're going to get undue blame when things go wrong and too much celebrate compliments when things go right.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
More questions for Coach Williams?
Coach Ken Rashad, TSPN. How are you, sir?
Good.
You mentioned that there's no controversy at the quarterback position, but yet there appears to have been a series of changes being made throughout the weeks at running back. What is it that you're not necessarily getting at the running back position that causes you to start a new running back every week that you're getting at the quarterback play and keeping DJ there?
Well, quarterback, running back has no significance whatsoever. So I don't know how you can compare that one. So let's leave that one away.
I'm
We can talk
not
about the
comparing.
running back.
But I'm asking, what is
Oh.
it that you're seeing at the running back position, or
Well,
that you're
number
not seeing
one,
at the running back position?
Well, one reason, number one, Dorrance, our starting running back, is out for a week or so because of knee. So then we have to experiment with the guy that behind him, which one is going to take the lead. And after last week's game, I think Skinner is the guy that we're going to start with this week. So it won't be a change in the start of this week.
More questions for Coach Williams? Coach, one question for you. You have to be proud of the one positive from the game, only one turnover, so you didn't exactly beat yourself.
Well, and that's what I said. You know, the third down has been crucial for us on both sides of the ball, and that's something we preach. We got to make a play on offense on third down, and we got to get off the field on third down defensively. You know, one thing that we're missing, I think, that we don't have this year, and nobody has shown up yet. We don't have that guy as in a Mario, an outside receiver that can cause havoc on the outside to let our insides work. So, you know, when you don't have one piece, it's kind of tough for just the inside guys to work.
And also talk about the job you already mentioned about Skinner at 126 yards and a touchdown on the game.
Well, you know what? When I look at Skinner, I even think about last year. Dorrance Roberts didn't come on the scene to the third game. And we're fortunate enough to have Dorrance, who's out, like I say, with an injury. Jeremy Runner came in his replacement. We got Jawan Martin. So we felt like with the running backs we had to see who wants it, who's going to run hard, and who's going to get the job done. And certainly at the end of the game the week before against Alabama State, Skinner proved that he's going to run hard. So we gave him opportunity to be the starter, and he earned the starter for this week too.
And you also had a good day out of Anthony McGee. He had 8 receptions, 111 yards.
Well, Anthony is a guy that we knew in the spring would be good for us. And unfortunately, Jeremiah Hernandez, who had a good game against Alabama State, came up injured, and he wasn't able to play. Well, up in Alabama A&M, he hurt his ankle, and he wasn't able to play. So, you know, we lost one of our other receivers to an injury, even early in the first quarter. So all the weight and everything fell on Anthony. So Anthony had to make some plays. He still had an opportunity to make a couple more plays, but he did make some.
All right, Coach, and of course, it's probably already been mentioned, but this is an uncharacteristic position for a Grambling football team to be in. What's the general mood around the locker room?
The locker room is good. You know, I mean, I think we all know that most of the funk usually don't come within the locker room. It's usually outside the locker room. And we as coaches, our job is to diffuse the players from the outside forces, which is almost unheard of because you got too many social media these days. And it's unfortunate that some of them buy into it, but it's our job to try to make sure that they don't get too deep in it.
All right. Do we have any other questions for head coach Doug Williams from Grambling State? Have time for one more. All right, Coach. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for you this Monday morning. I'd like to thank you for spending a few minutes with us. And we wish you luck going down to Itabena this weekend, take on Mississippi Valley, and we'll speak with you again next Monday.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right.